collaborative thinking to be able to learn from each other.
Alors, quels sont les objectifs de l'AUA dans le domaine de l'éducation? Vous avez la traduction, je pense, qui s'affiche sur l'écran, que je vais également vous libeller rapidement en français. Alors, il s'agit d'aider les instituts membres à permettre aux architectes de fonctionner de manière appropriée en définissant les qualifications nécessaires à l'exercice de l'architecture et en excluant l'entrée des personnes non qualifiées à la profession.
So the objectives which are displayed on the screen up there says to assist members institute to enable architects to function in the proper manner by defining the qualification necessary for the practice of architecture and excluding entry of unqualified person into the profession.
C'est-à-dire que c'est une profession élitiste. Ça ne veut pas dire que nous excluons tout le monde de la formation, mais c'est une profession élitiste et qui est destinée à des personnes d'un certain profil estudiantin.
So this is one of the qualification which is open to professional people.
C'est bon. Alors, nous devons promouvoir et favoriser la formation des architectes et surtout encourager l'harmonisation de la formation architecturale. Il faut dire que, je pense que c'était le samedi, il y a eu un speech sur les curriculums et tout ça. Cela veut dire que nous devons, de façon générale, l'AUA en tout cas, travaille à cette harmonisation de formation en architecture.
Another objective is to promote and foster the training of architects and encourage the harmonization of architecture education and accreditation of courses. And the AUA is in sync with this point.
Exactement. C'est-à-dire que la formation a forcément une base qui est la même que nous n'allons pas réinventer, mais il faut que chaque région, chaque pays, chaque institut, chaque section membre adapte cette formation de base au milieu dans lequel il se développe.
He says that the formation has a base where definitely it started from. Therefore, every institution, every educational have to adapt with the formation which was there so we can learn from each other.
Alors nous essayons également de faciliter les échanges entre architectes, entre formateurs d'institutions et d'instituts différents, que ce soit sur le plan continental de l'Afrique ou que ce soit sur le plan international.
Another point is to facilitate international and continental exchange of architecture trainees, research and students.
Nous travaillons à promouvoir également la recherche et le progrès technique dans le domaine de l'environnement bâti et encourager l'interaction des architectes avec d'autres disciplines.
To promote research and technical advancement in the field of the built environment and to encourage the interaction of architects with other disciples, profession and interest in the public industry.
En ce sens que l'architecte ne peut pas travailler seul. Il travaille avec tout un tas d'experts, d'ingénieurs et il a besoin forcément aussi de cette interaction avec les autres profils qui sont en lien avec le bâtiment.
Pardon, tu peux répéter?
Je disais que l'architecte
The architect
ne travaille pas seul.
Doesn't work alone.
Il a besoin d'une interaction avec toute une série d'ingénieurs, d'experts d'autres domaines dans le cadre du bâti.
He needs interaction with other professions such as civil engineers, MEP, in terms of building industries.
Alors, nous travaillons également à promouvoir la libre circulation des architectes. Cette libre circulation, qu'est-ce que c'est? C'est-à-dire qu'un architecte d'Ouganda devrait pouvoir aller travailler au Burkina, au Togo, à Maurice.
And another vision is to promote the free movement of architects between the member countries to encourage mutual recognition of qualification within the framework of nation registration requirement. For example, an architect in Uganda should be able to go and work in Togo, should be able to go and work in Angola, vice versa.
Exactement. Et pour cela, il faut que les diplômes qui sont délivrés par les différentes écoles et les différents instituts soient d'abord reconnus par les sections membres, reconnus par l'AUIA, ce qui permettra donc aux nouveaux diplômés de pouvoir circuler librement dans cet espace africain.
Which means that the qualification that we get from our different institutions has to be able to be recognized by the AUA and also has to be able to be recognized by the education system so that when you go to a place, your qualification does not just count as nothing.
Alors, pour terminer, je dirais que on ne se limite pas qu'aux écoles qui sont reconnues par les sections membres. C'est-à-dire que quand vous avez une école qui n'est pas accréditée par la section membre, il faut travailler à accréditer cette école de telle manière que les étudiants qui sortent puissent s'inscrire au niveau de l'ordre des architectes nationaux. C'est un point très important. Et dans pas mal de pays, vous avez ces écoles, des écoles qui forment et qui délivrent des diplômes qui ne sont pas reconnus. Et les sections membres ont le devoir d'accompagner de façon à mettre à niveau ces différentes écoles-là.
One of the points he says that the accreditation that we get from our different institutions has to be able to work hand in hand with the education system so that when it is recognized, you do not go to a place and they say your papers are not qualified enough, but then it has to be accredited for it to be able to be recognized by the AUA and the education system.
Alors, je vais maintenant vous présenter le comité que nous avons appelé AUA Student Committee.
He would like to introduce to you the AUA Students Committee that have been qualified.
Je les appelle? D'accord. Alors, vous avez sur l'écran la composition de ce comité.
On your screen, you will see the committee members which have been displayed.
Que nous avons voulu issus des 5 régions de l'AUA.
That we have under the 5 regions of AUA.
C'est-à-dire basé sur la même constitution que l'AUA.
Which means based on the same constitution as AUA.
Alors, nous avons Henry Kirungi.
We have
Uganda,
Henry Kirungi from Uganda.
De la région Est.
Who is from the East region.
You can come, Henry.
Please come.
Okay. Alors, nous avons Hawa Adam.
We have Hawa Adam.
Du Nigeria, qui représente la région Ouest.
From Nigeria, who is from the West region.
Nous avons Ayem Abdel Akmi.
We have Ayem Abdel Lakmi.
Qui vient du Maroc et qui représente la région Nord.
Who is from Morocco and he represents the North region.
Nous avons Dieudonné d'Acosta.
We have Dieudonné d'Acosta.
Qui vient de l'Angola et qui représente la région Sud.
Who is from Angola and he represents the South region.
Nous avons Paulo Carmine Touba.
We have Paulo Carmine Touba.
Qui vient de la RDC Congo.
Who is from DRC.
Et qui représente la région Centre.
And he will be representing the head Central region.
Et enfin, nous avons Tony Diakité qui vient du Mali et qui officiera en qualité de secrétaire.
And finally, you have Tony Diakité, who is from Mali, and he will be your secretary.
Et traducteur officiel du président de la commission.
Um, the official, okay, but I'll say it. The official translator of the head of Commission of Education.
Alors, tous ces différents membres ont été nominés par le conseil de la l'AUA, parce que c'est une première.
All those members have been nominated by the AUA board
Donc, sous la direction du président et du secrétaire général et de moi-même.
under the direction of Mr. President, the Secretary, and the Education
Et,
Chairman.
yes. Et pour ne pas me répéter, je dirais que vous voyez la diversité régionale et continentale de ce comité-là.
Not to repeat himself, you can see that the different people are from different regions of Africa.
So, je vais inviter le président du comité des étudiants africains de l'AUA.
He would like to invite the chairman of AUA Students Committee,
En la personne d'Henri Kirunchi.
known as Henry Chirungi.
Congratulations. Have a nice mission.
Merci, Président de la Commission Éducation. Thank you, President, Chairperson of the Commission Education. And yes, how are you feeling? You're well awake today because on Saturday it was a bit tough. All right. Good. So congratulations once again, Chairperson of the Students' Committee. I would like you also to give a round of applause to Mr. Tony Diakite. He actually did not scare to take that challenge to do the translation live. He's not used to it, but he did it. So that's, again, another round of applause to you. This is the empowerment that AUA is driving under our leadership, under the leadership of our president, I would say, Donatien Kasseye. So a round of applause to our president as well. Now I will tell you why the round of applauses. Are you aware why? Because this gentleman now is really in deep ocean. He won't sleep. He will have a lot of work to be done with the other heads of regions. And he will be troubling you because I'll be troubling him every day. So another round of applause for supporting, to support his work to come. So without saying too much, on the screen you have 4 main responsibilities he would be having. There will be more than that. I think you can read it and you understand it. But basically he would be the voice of students in and across Africa when it comes to architectural education. So I would like you, Henry, to say a few words on behalf of all the students present here, those present online, and those who could not join us this time. But you know how the work is. The journey is a tough one, but a nice one. So up to you.
Our dear President, and all the guests from the Africa Union of Architects, our dear President from the Uganda Society of Architects, and all the delegates from the Uganda Society of Architects. It's a pleasure to represent you, our students. And I'd like to take this opportunity to thank you all for making it today. But as I would celebrate this, it's not about me, but we have been on a journey, and I would like to actually welcome in front, first of all, the ASA IUA team that we have been working together with. Please, if you can come in front. These ladies and gentlemen have been really working so hard for the last 6 months. Some people are still outside. But this journey started with these ladies and gentlemen, and they have been working every single day, having different meetings, both online and physical. For all the work that you have been seeing, they have been involved. But we started a journey with them that was highly supported by International University of East Africa, and it's a pleasure to have you, our dear lecturers, our dear professors today. A round of applause for them. They have... When we started this journey, we knew we needed the guidance, and we sought it. And we were so pleasured to have all these people support us. And from IEA, we started growing our journey to other universities. Here in Uganda, we have 4 universities, and they are represented. Please, the presidents that we have been working with for all the different architecture students associations, also you come forward. Jimmy Lwanga from Makerere University. We have Muzira Jason from Uganda Matters University in Kozi. We have Mwanguzi Samuel from Chabogo University. Oh, he's not bad. It was a pleasure to have these people join us on this journey, especially to coordinate students here in Uganda. And these 4 associations are put in place by the Uganda Society of Architects that continuously guides us on this journey as future architects in this country. But we moved on to have also the virtual presence, and I'm so honored to thank all the people who are watching us online for having joined in on this journey. And today, it's not just about being the first Congress, as I stated yesterday, it's the beginning of a journey. And we are more than committed, and I speak for IUA students, we are more than committed to take on this journey, and we shall definitely ensure that all the different objectives we can be able to reach all students in Africa. As you know, currently we have around 1,800 students from 37 universities from 24 countries. It has been a pleasure to be able to get to every country in Africa. And we promise that we shall deliver, and we shall continuously involve all different parties. To our dear students, you are the stakeholders in the Africa Union of Architects Students Committee. It's a new committee under the Africa Union of Architects, and we are the drivers of this as the future architects. Your support is highly needed. It's your push. You are the voice. You are the energy that is needed to take on these objectives so that they can be successful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone here. It's a pleasure to be nominated as the chairman of the Students' Committee, and it's a pleasure to work with all of you. Thank you so
much. I would request the fellow students to remain here, please. So, chairperson of student committee, please join them. All right. So, we now reach an important milestone in our union, the Africa Union of Architects. I would start by inviting the acting president of USA, Jacqueline. Please come on stage here. The immediate past vice president of East Region, a very busy man, but a very friendly brother, Daniel Musana. Please come on stage. The incoming acting vice president of the East region, Stefan. Please join us. I would also like to invite the Vice Chancellor and Professor Jose. I think, yeah. Please, I can't let you go. No, actually, we also need you. Is it urgent there? It's just 5 minutes. You wanted to escape. Okay. So, and last but not least, I would like our chairperson for Education Commission, and of course, my president, Donatien Kasseye, to join us here. Now, yeah, that's quite a number of people here. Okay, can we extend over there? No? Okay. Anyways, now the moment is important. It's not just important in a literal way. It is also extremely important in the symbolic manner. So today we mark an important event, like we just said. We have officially set up the AUA Students Committee, which is not going to be any random committee. Basically, it is a foundation for you guys, for your voice, for the next decades to come. It's just the first step. So a big round of applause for that as well. Now, I would like to invite two special guests who actually are gracing this event. Lady Mildred Sentugo and colleague Philippe Sentugo. Please also join us here. So why the moment is important? So President Donatien and Chairperson of Education, I would invite you in the center of the room, of the stage, better said. So we are opening the gateway for students toward the future. The universities are already doing their part, but this is a huge network in the making. So like I said, it is the first step. I won't be saying too much, but to just reach to what we are celebrating now, apart from the AUA committee. So we are officially announcing as AUA the Sentugo Africa Architecture Students Scholarship Program. So, please, Vice Chancellor. So, this is an important milestone, moreover, quite a coincidence that we have now a new Henry, and from Uganda, in Uganda, who is going to make the first steps for you, along with you. So a round of applause again for everyone. And this is to say how Uganda is an avant-garde when it comes to education, when it comes to architects in Africa. So again, I would request you to congratulate our lady Sentugo here, who has been extremely not just supporting to her beloved husband, but she has been part and parcel of the AUA for the past 40 years. And I would invite her to say a few words on behalf of the Sentugo family and the AUA family, because she's also our mother. So, Mrs. Sentugo, the mic is yours.
Thank you very much. Mr. President, Africa Union of Architects, the Vice Chancellor, the Dean, Acting President, USA, Mr. Musana, dear students, all dignitaries in this place, this is so touching. We are still in the times of, it is very touching. We really appreciate, and we shall hold dear, we shall hold very dear this move. We pray, because Henry loved his profession profoundly. If he were to be here, he would say, please love your profession. because what you do is forever. You put up a structure, it is forever. But what is amazing is that no matter how big that structure is from you as a person. So we pray for you, all of you in this profession, that you may be guided, you may do good things that will remain forever in people's hearts. We shall continue working with you, and the family who are not here, and Philip here, who is also pursuing, he's an architect still in the making, and everyone in the whole world, I know they are watching. We wish everyone well, and we are here for you as a family. Thank you for loving Henry. Thank you for being here today. Thank you.
It's still not over. Thank you, Madam, once again. So now I would invite the education chairperson to remit also a certificate, this time to the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa. So, Vice Chancellor. Who has been supportive of the initiative engaged by the Students Association, and who is pushing along with the help of Professor Jose. So I would like to invite the Professor to say a few words. We cannot thank you enough for all your support. We have had the chance to talk a little bit on Saturday together. So a few words on behalf of the university, but more importantly, on behalf of the students of this university, and for all across Africa, the other institutions, to launch a call to be together, to work together. Please.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. It is my pleasure to stand before you today, those of you present in the auditorium and those of you who are joining us from the virtual world. Thank you very much for coming. And thank you very much for doing what you are doing, because the longevity of architecture in Africa is going to be ensured when those who have the knowledge are empowered today combine their efforts with the next generation, the students, to reimagine architecture, to reimagine what they can do for the continent of Africa and, of course, for the world at large. It is your area, architecture, that is. And if we go into history, you will see that Africa, from Egypt all the way to Mali, have contributed a lot to architecture. And we can still continue to do that. I am happy about what I've heard today, that the organization, the AUA, is going to be working with students from the ground up. Usually it has been from the top down. Now we are trying bottom-up approach. And I think this will be a very effective approach, because together we can come up with effective policies, effective curricula that can allow the continent to flourish when it comes to architecture. Because what we currently have are silos, pockets of intelligence, pockets of talent. They do not connect. And I am happy that one of the themes is building bridges. Because as you well know, bridges connect two disconnected parts. So we can have physical bridges and we can have intellectual, mental bridges. And I am happy that we are doing both today, because as architects, you are connecting to other students across the continent. I saw the African Union of Architects map there, and it is a connection point across the continent. And I think by doing that, connecting students to professionals, new ideas, we can make meaningful contributions going forward. So I thank you all very much for being here. The International University of East Africa is a young, dynamic university that encourages innovation. We are well known for innovation. And what you are doing here is innovating the future by mentoring the young people, by encouraging them. I was here on Saturday and I'm here today, and the presentations are excellent presentations. And we have students here from the International University of East Africa who are doing environmental science. And we have our Dean of Law here, Mr. Sebijo. Please, if you can say hello to all, to show you that we believe in connectivity and we believe in an interdisciplinary approach to whatever we are doing. We are encouraging architecture students to do law, to do business, and to understand science and technology. Because at the end of the day, like one of the speakers said, architecture is not something that is just one unit. It has engineering in it. It has art in it. It has poetry in it. And it makes our lives richer because we all admire cities that have very beautiful outlines. So as the Vice Chancellor of the International University of East Africa, we believe in collaboration. So we are open to collaboration to universities across the continent and of course across the globe. And I want to say a very special thank you to the African Union of Architects for their vision. Because more often than not, most continental organizations stand aside. They do not get involved directly with the students or with the grassroots. But without doing that, progress is hard because the ideas just circulate in the ivory tower, so to speak. But by the AUA reaching out to students across the continent, I thank you very much. And I have engaged with you, and I hope we will continue to do so. And as those of you who are conversant with literature already know, William Shakespeare said, "Uneasy lies the head that wears the crown." So I know that the three gentlemen from the AUA have not had an easy time getting this thing off the ground. So thank you one more time. And Mr. Henry Kirunji is a student here at IUEA. I know him well. He is very visionary. He has a lot of energy, and he is a Pan-Africanist. And I am confident that he will do what is necessary to move architecture forward with your collaboration, because I know he is standing on the shoulders of giants. So that is all I have to say. Our colleagues from South Africa, from all over the continent who came here to attend this, please share the news with your colleagues. Let them know what you've seen, what you've heard, what the vision is, and how we can collectively drive this vision and mission forward so that Africa can rise when it comes to architecture. Mrs. Santongo and family, thank you very much. We appreciate the hard work and contribution of the family, and we look forward to your continued support, and you can look forward to our continued support as well. I thank you all very much for coming here. Thank you, Secretary General.
Thank you, VC, once again. So I believe one last round of applause to the students, the student committee executive team, to Lady Santugo and Philip Santugo, to the Vice Chancellor, to the Dean of Faculty of Engineering, our USA President, and so on, including the AUA team. Again, please. I want to add, the program for the scholarship would be effective from 2024. The details on how to allocate those scholarships would be really on merit basis and for people who really deserve to be taken further. Actually, you all deserve it, but you need to work hard for it. And I would even say you need to work smart for it. It's coming forward. So don't just forget that you can really travel all across Africa, meeting new people and building new bridges. You are part of the future builders as well. So thank you to all of you once again. Thanks. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So I would invite you to gain back your seat, the students, but yeah, please.
I'd like to take this pleasure to actually recognize some of the people. As we contacted different universities, over 100 universities, but we were pleased by the University of Johannesburg for being able to send 3 students. Please, could you rise? We have 3 students all the way from South Africa. They have joined us for all the 3 days, and yeah, you can get in touch with them. And then also from the new committee, we have the Vice President of the Central Region, Paulo Tuba. He's actually here. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, Chairperson Henry. Now it changes title. Okay, good. We are slightly late on schedule, but we should be over quite soon. But we cannot conclude this first Congress without a few more interventions. And we have another very important news to announce as a closing note. So without delay, I will now invite, I'm sorry, my dear colleague Jacqueline, you've gained back your seat completely at the back there. So please join me on stage. I would like you to just give a small speech about the Uganda Society of Architects, about your journey as a member section of the AUA, and how the USA has been taking the initiatives to setting the Students Association, because it is on that foundation that you set, AUA is building further. Okay, so please, Jacqueline, the floor is yours.
President and council members of AUA who are present here today, the council members of the Uganda Society of Architects, Professor Emeka, Vice Chancellor, IUEA, the Dean, Faculty of Engineering, IUEA, Professor Jose Manuel, Head of Architecture Department, Dr. Shema, the President of the Architecture Students Association, Mr. Kirunji, and now the chairperson of the Students' Committee, AUA, and the lecturers of the International University of East Africa, especially of the Architecture Department, and last but not least, the family of the late architect, William Henry Sentogo, present here today. I welcome you all, and good afternoon. So my name is Jacqueline Namanja, and as introduced, I currently hold the Office of Acting President of the Uganda Society of Architects. The Uganda Society of Architects, for those who don't know, is really an umbrella body. It's an umbrella professional body of the architectural fraternity in the country that includes students, graduates, technicians, or draftsmen, as you may call them, the registered architects, and the associated professionals like the quantity surveyors, interior designers, and manufacturers and suppliers, all in the architectural fraternity. So looking at this, well, the brief is different from what I knew. I mean, I'm constantly getting last minute things, but I will forgive USG for this. The first thing I want to do is to thank you all for being here in support of this brilliant initiative that is not only leading us towards the enlarging of our borders and territories as the Ugandan architectural fraternity. But when I say architectural fraternity, I'm really looking at the students right now, but also creating a new breed of architects that is thinking big, thinking united, and Thinking Africa. I commend the leader of the students, Mr. Henry Kirungi. I have known Henry since 2017, 2018, I think. And he has always been brilliant and visionary indeed, as he was described just a while ago. So when he told me about this, I was not shocked at all. It really did come from him. I can see that. So I commend him and his team for this strategic, and this strategy really right here, right from birth of the idea to execution and implementation. We know very well that the part of execution is usually the fail of many grand ideas. But if we see him, that they saw this through, him and his team, then really should appreciate the fact that they will actually see what they are set to do out through. So thank you very much, Henry. What the Uganda Society of What the Uganda Society of Architects does, really, we have a student representative on our council who is there to ensure that they represent the students to us, their needs, their plight, their ideas, innovations, etc., so that as the rest of council and the registered architects and the rest of the team of the Uganda Society of Architects, we can actually hold their hand where necessary, promote, encourage, and also sustain the ideas that they come up with. So I specifically want to extend our gratitude as the Uganda Society of Architects to the stewards of the department, the lecturers, the dean, the head of department. These are people in the background, but we know very well that without their support, much of this wouldn't have come to pass. So if you're a lecturer of the department, kindly rise up for a hand clap. Thank you. I know that there are some who are hiding, but the reason I use the word stewards is because really that means that you have been given something to nurture, protect, to keep. Yes? And this is exactly what you're doing. So thank you very much. You did this by supporting them through guidance, encouragement, and investing their time. And this, I am sure, the students do not take for granted, neither does the USA. And I think I speak for the AUA as well. I just pray that this grows stronger. The communication, the bridging, it's not only bridging with the rest of Africa, but also bridging with the Uganda Society of Architects, because it starts from home. The registered architects, the corporates, the draftsmen, we all need to be unified here first before we can actually promote the same beyond. You cannot give out what you don't have. So if we're not united here, we cannot actually spread unit beyond. So thank you for starting this. I pray that it grows stronger and the vision bearers continue to nourish it and nurture it and expand it, whereby it will not only penetrate the different territories of Africa, but also of the world. So we're starting here and then going beyond. So thank you, and please keep going strong. To the AUA, I would like to thank you. I would like you to know that the one thing we don't take for granted is that from far and beyond, you took this by the horn. I would like you to vision that, like animate it in your head, by the horn, despite the short notice. And you ensure to support us from the dimension which you hold, which is a uniting front for the architects of Africa, to not only plant a seed for the architectural profession among the students, but also to see the promotion of this dream going forward. This you have so strongly done by formulating and pioneering this student exchange program, the award, which I see so many of our students benefiting from, creating new challenges for them, diversity, inclusivity, and platforms to take our creativity in Africa from the roots to a whole new realm. But you did not stop there. You went ahead to honor one of our own, the founder of the AUA. He also is a father back home to the Uganda Society of Architects, the late architect William Henry Sentogo, by continuing what he started, his legacy, to promote architecture through the recognition of the great works and the efforts of the different architects, by raising the right seed from the ground, in other words, sowing seed in the right ground, and ensuring that all of us architects and those who are budding right now will be proud of our profession going forward. We keep talking about reinventing, rebranding, are we still relevant? But as the professor mentioned, by the way, how was I going to top that speech? That speech was above and beyond. Amen. As the professor mentioned, now I've forgotten what I was going to say. Yeah, I've totally forgotten. Yes, innovation. As the professor mentioned that they're encouraging architects to, the student of architecture to now delve into other territories, law, business, etc. It is very true that is needed, because when you get into the field and you realize that you have only architecture, you miss out on a lot. And then you start trying to refine and reinvent yourself. But if it's done right from the grassroots, then that will be very beneficial for our students going forward who are becoming our next architects. Thank you very much for that, IUEA and Professor. I want to pledge our full support as the Uganda Society of Architects whenever it is needed, and even over and above, to see that we not only play our part to support the new students committee right from home, but also to see that we play our part in pushing the boundaries in effect and impact of the African Union of Architects. So to the President, AUA, SG, and the entire Council, thank you very much for everything that you're doing. And please, keep this torch burning for the sake of Africa. To conclude, I'd like to quote something from the Bible. The Bible says in Proverbs 22:6, "Train up your child in the way they should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it." I believe this here is what IUEA is doing, and everyone who is here supporting the students. That includes the different bodies, the associations, the lecturers, the dean. If you know that you're here and you have supported this right here is what you're doing. You're training so that they do not depart. Instead, they actually carry the legacy and even make it better. Let's keep this in mind. The generations we're building are coming after us, and we want them to shine beyond what we shone. So again, thank you everyone here, for God and my country. Did I meet the brief?
Once again, please clap your hands for rising leader. For her kind words and for her support, and we'll keep putting pressure on her to get more from the Uganda Society of Architects. Again, so now it's time to invite the AUA president, Donatien Kaseye Kalume. He's from Congo DRC. He's one of the most dynamic presidents I've known personally. A very challenging one as president, a very supporting one as president, and he's really here to support you all. So he's invited to give the vote of thanks for our gathering. Donatien, the floor is yours.
To be the last to talk is not easy, because all what you have prepared has been said by the others. So, but I will try to close the session by few words only, and because I will divert from what I've been writing, I will ask my good friend SG to come and translate what I will say in French. Mesdames et messieurs, en vos titres et qualités respectifs, chers consoeurs et chers confrères, chers architectes en téléchargement.
Ladies and gentlemen, your various titles respected, all protocols respected, those online, greetings.
You didn't translate what I said.
I know. It's just to test if you can hear me.
Le premier congrès africain des étudiants en architecture s'achève aujourd'hui, et j'ai l'honneur de clore cette session en même temps que nous célébrons la Journée mondiale de l'architecture, dont le thème cette année est, pour rappel, l'architecture pour des communautés résilientes.
I have the pleasure to deliver this closing speech on this special day where we celebrate the World Architecture Day under the theme of sustainable communities.
That's better. Ce congrès, porté par l'Université internationale de l'Afrique de l'Est, que nous remercions ici chaleureusement, est le fruit de plusieurs rencontres, de plusieurs individualités mues par une même passion, l'architecture.
This gathering here is the fruit of a laborious work for quite some time now in the East region to get together and to promote whatever is being undertaken to the next level.
Supported by International University of East Africa.
Of course, it is already in English. Okay, I will need to look at what he has here and translate it directly. Actually, he's punishing me because what we did to Jakite. So, Jakite, I'm in your shoes now.
So, Dr. José Manuel Pages Madrigal, merci pour votre dévouement pour l'architecture et pour l'Afrique.
Dr. José Manuel, you understood. All right, excellent.
Président Henri Chirungi, vice-président Tony Diakité, aka l'International. Merci à vous pour avoir eu la persévérance de matérialiser votre rêve.
To the ASA president, Henry, and to the vice president, the international guy, Tony, thank you for your perseverance in making things happen.
À l'Ugandan Society of Architects, à travers Madame Jacqueline, présidente faisant fonction, nos vifs remerciements pour avoir intégré les étudiants dans votre organisation dès le départ.
To the acting president of the Uganda Society of Architects, Madame Jacqueline, thank you for integrating students in architecture at the level of your organization, USA.
Professional organization.
Professional organization, please. We need to be precise here.
Et enfin, à mon secrétaire général, qui semble avoir inventé des journées de 48 heures, merci pour ta réaction spontanée, positive et pas tout à fait désintéressée à l'appel de Dr. José Manuel Pages Madrigal.
And to my SG.
No, I will do the translation because I'm talking about him. Finally, to my general secretary, who seems to have invented 48 hours days, not 24, but 48 hours days. Thank you for your spontaneous and positive and not entirely disinterested reaction to the call from Dr. José Manuel Pages Madrigal. The poor doctor. Oh, French. Le pauvre docteur se demande pourquoi il a formé le numéro de 12 chiffres de téléphone de mon secrétaire général. Une simple invitation à intervenir sur un panel s'est transformée en une aventure rocambolesque, mais formidable, qui se concrétise aujourd'hui. I will do the translation, don't worry. Poor doctor. You must have wondered why you formed the 12-digit number of Vinesh that day. Because a simple invitation to speak on a panel turned into a fantastic adventure that is now coming to fruition. Thank you. Les étudiants en architecture Ce congrès n'aurait aucun sens sans vous. Un grand merci à vous également. You can translate that.
To our dear students, this Congress would not be possible without you. So a big thanks to you all present here. Those online as well, I'm adding my part to it.
Et vos applaudissements à tous, pour nous tous, pour vous tous, qui avez rendu possible ces 3 jours qui feront date dans l'histoire de notre chère Union des architectes d'Afrique.
And our thanks to all of us collectively to making this 3 days Congress a success and which will remain as a milestone in the history of the AUA and the history of, I would say, the university and all. So this is again my part I'm adding to it.
Président Henry Chirungi, il nous a posé la question hier soir, alors que nous finalisions les derniers ajustements de la présente journée. Il a dit, qu'est-ce qu'il va se passer après le congrès?
To President of ASA, now chair of the AUA Student Committee, just yesterday when everything was being finalized, or was finalized, he asked a question, what is next? What's going to happen?
Et je me suis surpris à utiliser en pensée 3 lettres que les jeunes écrivent à longueur de journée, à savoir L-O-L.
So the president thought of a 3-letter word, which our youngsters use frequently, LOL, so lol.
Laughing out loud.
Yeah, you should have said it in French.
President Henry, tu as ouvert une fenêtre d'opportunité et le secrétaire général de l'AUA est rentré dans la place. Plus rien ne sera comme avant.
So chairperson Henry.
I will translate.
Okay.
Dear Henry, you opened a window of opportunity and my SG stepped into the breach. My dear President, nothing will be ever the same again. Thank you. Mesdames et messieurs, chers collègues, chers professeurs, nous avons une grande et lourde tâche sur les épaules. Les hommes et les femmes de demain se façonnent aujourd'hui sous notre supervision, sous nos conseils.
Ladies and gentlemen, professors and all, I didn't follow properly.
We have a big and heavy task.
I think the battery is getting low now. Sorry.
We have a big and heavy task on our shoulder.
Yeah, we have a big and heavy task on our shoulders. I'm translating English to English.
The men and women of tomorrow are being shaped today under our supervision and our guidance. Ce congrès n'était pas seulement une opportunité de réfléchir sur l'état actuel de l'architecture.
So congrès, you see, that's where it starts. So translating English in English and French in French. So carry on, my president.
Okay, this congress was not only an opportunity to reflect on the current state of architecture in Africa, but also a platform to imagine the future of our profession. The Africa of tomorrow will have 1.4 billion inhabitants and a median age of 19 to 20 years. This is our legacy to you, architect of tomorrow. If we do not leave you a rich and prosperous continent, we, the elders, have the duty to at least give you the weapons to meet the challenges awaiting the continent, and above all, to seize the opportunities that are intrinsic to this land blessed by our ancestors. Without wishing to be exhaustive, here are few suggestions for your consideration. Education and continue professional development to be trained and stay informed. Innovation and sustainability, but African innovation and sustainability of buildings and space that respect our planet and respect our African cultures, our tradition, and our economy. Community involvement. Linked to the previous point, this involves listening to the needs and concern of the community to improve the quality of life. Collaboration, the sharing of knowledge and experience between African architects and between all professions and sectors of the society. Leadership and ethics. Integrity and responsibility are essential values for our profession. And they will guide our work, our search, your research at every stage. Dear student, the future of architecture in Africa is in your hands. And I will hand with it, is in your hands, sorry. And by remaining united, you will find the right solution for an inventive continent with intelligent management of living space to serve a strong Africa. I began my closing remarks with the word passion. And I will conclude with the same word. I will conclude with the same word, passion, because, hold on, because I'm switching French to English now myself. Okay, excuse me. Yes. It is this infinite love of the profession that keeps us awake for hours and nights on end. It is also what should drive us, giving us the strength to remain committed to the future of the profession and to the future of our continent. The African Union of Architects would like to thank you all once again for having allowed this moment of sharing and communion, and we welcome you with open arms to this great family that we form. Thank you all.
Thank you, my president. Clap your hands for him, please. Because without his blessings, I can't move. With his support, I go far. Now, he has been saying his votes of thanks. So let me just add again to the International University of East Africa, VC. Professor Jose, not the wall, just you. So we have another announcement, which is already on display. I would invite our president to come again on stage, and I will invite again USA and the vice presidents to join us, along with the VC, Professor Jose. It is now another big event, marking the history of AUA, marking as well as the history of the Uganda Society of Architects, and also a very important step marking the innovation that is engaged by the International University of East Africa. We are announcing officially the William Henry Santugo Memorial Architecture Prize. Big round of applause to our founding father, whose spirit remains with us, will always remain with us, and we are supported by our mother present here. Lady Santugo, please come forward.
And I'd like to take this opportunity to also recognize and invite our resident director, Ambassador Alwi Hassan. He has been one of the major drivers of this university. As you can see, he is very young, dynamic, and creative. And he has been supporting us in all that we do. So please give him a big round of applause.